how to upload your YouTube videos the right way. Because properly uploading your videos to YouTube makes or breaks the success of your video. There's so much stuff to fill out, and if you don't do it the right way, then your video can get demonetized, can get a community guideline strike, or YouTube won't promote your video at all to viewers. In this video, I'm going to share exactly how to do it step by step with the upload flow that was introduced in 2020. I appreciate you tuning in. My name is Dexter Clark from the Netherlands, and with socialvideoplaza.com and this YouTube channel I help entrepreneurs explode their revenue with the help of YouTube. And if you're into that sort of thing, you should consider subscribing, and while you're at it, hit the bell so you get a notification when I upload a new video. I can upload videos on YouTube in two ways. First, everywhere on YouTube where you are, doesn't matter, there is over here a camera icon with a plus, and when you click on that you get a little menu that says upload video. I can click on here, it says go live for live streaming and create post. Probably you don't have that option because it is a special feature, the community tab for bigger channels. I can click over here, then it will take you to YouTube Studio. So I click here, now it will take me over to YouTube Studio, and the upload panel will appear. When I click on the X, I can go back to YouTube Studio. The other way that I want to show you is wherever you are on YouTube Studio, you can click on Create over here, and you can click on Upload Videos. That is exactly the same method, and also here is a upload icon, and it will take you again to that same window. There are again two ways to upload a video. You can click over here, then it will open a dialog that asks you where on your computer that you have stored that video file. I click cancel because I don't want to do that, but I can also drag and drop files from Finder or Explorer, and now I'm gonna drag and drop that file to the window over here. Now it starts uploading the file, and you can see on the bottom of this panel, it will show you a progress indicator. But while it's uploading, you can already fill out the details of your video file. On the top of this screen are a couple of steps: details, monetization, video elements, and visibility. When you start a YouTube channel, you don't have monetization, you need to be a member of the YPP, the YouTube Partner Program. If you don't have that, then your video elements will be your next step. We're going to go through all of these steps step by step. I first going to take you through this tab over here, the details. So my video title, my amazing video title, my video description with all the tags and the timestamps in it. Over here is a little preview, and it already assigned a YouTube URL, and if you click over here you can copy that link if you want to. When I scroll down, then over here I can use one of the pre-selected thumbnails of YouTube. Those are just screenshots from your video, but I can also upload my own custom thumbnail, and that is exactly what I advise you to do. Then over here is the playlist, and you can assign a playlist or create a new playlist. When I click on that, you can see I can select the couple of playlists if I have created playlists already. If I want to create a new playlist, I click on new playlist and I say my new playlist. You can assign a visibility to that playlist. Is it public or private or unlisted? Public means that it is available to everybody, and private means that it is only available to you. Unlisted means that it is available to everybody, but it isn't publicly available on YouTube. If you have the URL of that playlist, everybody can access it, but it isn't findable or searchable in Google or in YouTube search. And I click create if I want to. Let's create a playlist as private and click create. When we scroll a little bit down, over here is the audience section. And in the audience section, you need to specify if your video is made for kids or not. Just to be clear, I'm not a lawyer. I am not able to give legal advice in any way. Consult a lawyer if you want to make sure. If your video is specifically targeted towards kids with cartoons, for example, or flashy colors, etc., ice cream, that kind of stuff, then you need to select yes, it's made for kids, and otherwise, if it's a broad audience, including, and that can be including children, then you need to select no, it's not made for kids. Also here, and it is a little bit hidden, you need to click on that. It says age restriction advanced. Make sure that you select the correct option over here. Yes, restrict my videos to viewers over 18, or no, don't restrict my video to viewers over 18. If you have a family-friendly content, then you need to select no, don't restrict my video to viewers over 18. If you do have strong language or something, then you need to specify or nudity, for example, yes, restrict my video to viewers over 18. But to make it abundantly clear, you can't do nudity on YouTube. That's totally off limits. There are more options over here. Click on more options. Paid promotion. Does your video contains paid promotion for other brands, not your own brand, but other brands? For example, if you do sponsorships and you recommend a certain product, you need to check this thingy over here. It is a community guidelines thing, you need to do that. In some countries, you need to specify really clearly. I think England has such a really strict policy on that. When I check this, add message to my video to inform viewers about paid promotion. If that's the case, you need to check that. Oh, and by the way, if you like this video, you're probably gonna like what I have in store for you on this channel. Subscribe and hit the bell so you get a notification when I upload a new video. Over here are the tags. The tags are absolutely not important anymore on YouTube. In 2015, yes, maybe, but nowadays, no. The only exception to that is for often misspelled words. Over here, you can set the video language. Do this correctly because YouTube tries to recognize what you're saying in the video. And if your video language is not correct, it recognizes the wrong language, then your subtitles are totally garbage. Caption certification. If you want to do captions, what is the certification type of that certain caption? Make sure if you use captions that you specify the right option over here. You can also upload files that certain transcription services will send to you. You can do that, but there is also a section on YouTube which lets you transcribe your video yourself, so you can choose or a complete file with the whole transcription or no file and do it on YouTube itself. Also, over here is the recording date and location. Not really important. Recording date, it doesn't matter at all. Over here is video location. Yeah, it's not important. For example, I never fill it out, but I can imagine if you have a vlog, for example, and you go to Tenerife or something, or Ibiza, then you would want to fill this out because you want to be found on Ibiza. Then fill out Ibiza over here. Over here, license and distribution license. The standard YouTube license is protected by law. You don't allow anyone to use your videos in any way, shape or form. Or you do want to allow everyone so they can do everything with your video. Then you say Creative Commons. Over here is a distribution. You can't change this option. Allow embedding. That means if you have a website or someone wants to embed it in their website, do you want to allow that YouTube player on your website? I can't imagine that there would be a case that you don't want that. Also publish to subscriptions feed and notify subscribers. This means that your subscribers will get a notification once your video goes public. There are certain cases, some cases that you don't want to do that. For example, I made a video about installing software, installing Rekordbox. My subscribers are totally not interested in an installing video, but there are people on YouTube searching for that kind of videos. That's why I make these videos. If my subscribers don't like the video, which is probably the case with an installing video, YouTube won't promote it anymore. So I want not to publish that video to my subscribers. So I uncheck this option. Over here is the category option. I've set to education, but really the YouTube algorithm is so smart, it will figure out what your topic of your video is about. YouTube said in multiple occasions they don't look at this anymore, so you can fill it out, but why should you? Over here, comments and ratings. The default option is to hold potentially inappropriate comments. You can set this to another setting, for example, allow all comments or hold potentially inappropriate comments. That was the default. Or hold all comments for review. If you do that, by the way, also for hold potentially inappropriate comments, there is a section on YouTube for managing the comments, and there is a tab sheet that says held for review. If a comment is held for review, it is in that tab. When I enable all comments, for example, I can say how do I want to display those comments? The top, so the most important, the most upvoted comment is on top, or do I want to display the newest? Show how many viewers like and dislike the video. To prevent dislike bombs, uncheck this option. Viewers can see the amount of upvotes or downvotes or thumbs up or thumbs down if this is checked. We have all gone through all the options in this first step of the details pane. Now let's click on next. It will go to monetization. If you have monetization enabled on your channel, you have this step, the monetization step. You can select if you want to enable or disable monetization. I'm going to enable monetization for this video. You can specify which ads you want to show. Display ads, those are the ads on the side of the video watch page. You can't disable that even if you want to. Then the overlay ads, the little text ad on the bottom of your video, you probably will recognize it. Maybe it's even on the bottom of this video. Sponsored cards, the cards are the informational cards, that little eye icon that sometimes pop up at the top right corner of your video. You can allow sponsors to sponsor those cards to make some money. Skippable video ads, the ads that are 3 seconds or so long and then you can skip. But there are also non-skippable ads. This hurts your viewer experience a little bit, but those ads, you earn more from those ads. Location of the video ads. My video is shorter than 10 minutes, so I can't enable this right now because only videos longer than 10 minutes are eligible for ads during the video. You can check if you want to show ads before the video, during the video, and you can even place them manually. YouTube does a pretty good recognition of where it should place the ads. You can also check after video. The next tab is ad suitability. When you have enabled monetization, there is a tab over here that says ad suitability, and with ad suitability you need to specify, self-certify what your video is about. For example, do you have inappropriate language in your video? Light, when I check that, it says save for ads over here, save for ads over here. If you have strong profanity in your title, thumbnail, or in the video, then it says limited ads. Adult content, again, nudity is absolutely not allowed, but is it romance and kissing, then it is allowed. And save for ads, blurred or censored nudity, it's going worse and worse and worse. Undo, and I click undo here, then it will remove the settings I did here. The same for violence, mid-violence, real injury. Make sure that this self-certification process is correct. YouTube will punish you for not filling this out correctly. Let's go to harmful and dangerous acts. Specify drug-related content, educational, hateful content, also not allowed. References to marginalized, okay, safe for ads, but hate is absolutely not done. Firearms, be really careful with firearms. Sensitive issues, if this does not apply to you at all, check none of the above. Every video on this channel is none of the above. Okay, let's go to video elements. You can add an end screen to your video. That means that your last 20 seconds of your video, you have the ability to refer users or viewers to other YouTube videos or playlists, for example, or your website, for example. Click add over here. You can also, by the way, import it from another video. So if I say discard changes, then I click import from a video, then it will show me a list of videos. When I click on a video over here, for example, then it will import my end screen from my other video. This is a short, quick way to make your end screens. I say discard changes. I'm going to create it from scratch. And also here, again, I have the import video option. Also here, I have the import video option. So they want you to import from the last video. They have some templates over here. One video, one subscribe, one playlist, one subscribe, one video, one subscribe. I generally create them from scratch. So I say element over here plus element. Then it asks me which element do I want to use. A video, a playlist, subscribe, channel, link or merchandise. A video is pretty self-explanatory. I can specify a video that I want to show in the end screen. So I can say, for example, in the end screen, you need to go and watch this video about YouTube Studio, for example. That I can do here, over here. I check choose specific video. Then the screen will pop up that we had before. For example, my definitive guide to free DAWs. And then it will display over here, and now I can drag and drop it to other parts of the screen. I don't need to do that. I can also let YouTube choose for me, so I can select best for viewer. I can also select the most recent downloads, then it will update for every single video that you upload. On the bottom of this screen, you can set the length of that element. This is 20 seconds, but I can shorten it by dragging and dropping again. It's very handy that there is a waveform over here, so you see where a pause is. I agree with this, or I can delete it over here. And I want to add an extra element. I want to add a playlist, for example. Then I have the selection of a playlist over here, for example, my ultimate tips to record box. Then it will add an extra, thumbnail over here for a playlist, and I can again drag and drop this to over here. I can change that if I want to by clicking on the pencil icon, or I can click this screen away. Also, I can add a subscribe, then it adds a channel icon from my channel over here, and if a user hovers over that, it displays an icon to subscribe. I can also add a channel. So I have one for my own channel. That is the last one I added, but I can also search for a specific channel over here. So if I want to add Peter McKinnon, then I can add a icon of Peter McKinnon over here. Make sure that, by the way, these elements don't overlap, because that isn't possible. Follow Peter. But if it overlaps with the video over here, it displays red. So make sure that that doesn't happen, because otherwise you can't save. I can delete these elements, because there is only a limited amount of elements you can add to the screen. 4, I believe. I click plus icon again. Link. I can link to my own website, for example, Dexxter Clark. By the way, In order for this to work, you need to specify a website, and you can only specify one website that is approved. Click apply and it will add an icon over here. And the last one is merchandise. I can display the merchandise that I have specified in YouTube Studio. And then it will display over here. My video is private and it won't display on private videos. I say save. Now I have an end screen, but I want also to add cards. I have to say this is the old card editor. Cards are those little eye icons in the top right corner of your video. I can say add and I can add those cards. This is an old editor that is going away soon, and you can specify in the video where you want to place those cards, and you can specify a video, for example this video over here, and I say create card, and now it will display, when I rewind a little bit, that eye icon over here. I suspect that YouTube will replace this section of YouTube very soon, so I won't go into much detail here. Return to YouTube Studio if you're finished. This is automatically saved, by the way. Return to YouTube Studio. Now it has a check mark over here, and I click next for the last page in this upload process. Here you can set the visibility status of your video, private, so it's only visible to me and all the guys that I allow to my channel. Then there is unlisted over here. Unlisted, everybody can see the video if they have the URL, but it isn't searchable on YouTube search and it isn't searchable on Google. Over here, public, then it will release on YouTube publicly, so everybody can see it, everybody can search it on YouTube. I would recommend you to upload always as private, because after your video has finished uploading and processing, it is only available in the lowest resolutions. But when I release immediately after the video is uploaded, then only the lowest resolution quality of the video is available. And the viewers that click immediately on that video only have those lower resolutions. What I would recommend is private and schedule it. And schedule you can do over here. With scheduled videos you can flip the status from private to public at a certain point. You can't do that with unlisted videos. If I click schedule, then I can supply a date and a time that I want to flip the status from private to public. I can also set a premiere, and that premiere function was also available here on save and publish. If I set public and set it as instant premiere. And a premiere is a combination of a live stream and a video. Viewers can't skip in the video, for example, and there is a countdown timer before the video starts. You can set a premiere also in save and publish, and if I have this on public, set on instant premiere, and I hit publish now, then the video will go live and everybody on my YouTube channel will get a message, hey, there is a new video. In this case, I'm going to set it to private, and I click save. This is only the upload part, but there's a whole video administration system called YouTube Studio. Check out my step-by-step guide right here. If you just start or thinking about starting a YouTube channel, you should definitely check out my ultimate beginner's guide right here. Don't forget to subscribe if you like to see more.